Hello, friend. It's Yvette with God Made Ministries. For today's Pep Talk, I wanted to talk about transition. It's something that we all deal with, and I think, especially in ministry, it's something that happens all of the time. It's often outside of our control. We have team members change, we have the people we minister to change. If you've done overseas ministry, then your location may change, your language changes. There's so many things that change, and it can be difficult at times. If you're like me, you may like to have some change in your life. I just can't, for some reason, stay in one place for very long, and I like that in some sense. But even for those of us who are like that, change can be hard. So maybe you're usually really gung ho when there's change coming up, and this time it's just kicking your butt. Or maybe you're usually having a hard time with transition. Maybe you're the type of person who would love to stay in the same place, have the same job, have the same friends, eat the same lunch every day. Like if you never had to change anything in your whole life, you'd be content. And now you have a transition coming up, whether it was willing or not willing. Leave that you're going into this transition and you're really scared. I mean, that happens. Or maybe you're in the middle, and maybe you're just kind of like 1 second you're totally fine with it, next second you're about to like cry in your blankets for hours, and that's okay too. I think a lot of times it just depends on the moment, on the task. Sometimes it's like, hey, I'd be fine with this transition if I didn't have to pack another box and if I didn't have to look at another form, but then I would be totally fine. Sometimes it's just the minutia that just gets to us and weighs us down in the midst of transitions. So wherever you're at, whether you're, all systems go, or if you're like, please leave me alone, or if you're somewhere in the middle, there's grace for that. Wherever you're at, invite God into it. Let him know what you're thinking, what you're feeling. Talk to him about it. The greatest thing about transition is that we have an unchanging God. If you know that hymn that says, hold to his hand, hold to God's unchanging hand. And it's just like such a comfort because he really doesn't change. No matter where we are in the world, no matter how many different faces we encounter in a day, he's always there and he doesn't change. And he will listen to you. He will listen to you no matter if it's the 1800th time that you've wanted to complain about, filing your taxes in a different country. He will listen to you. He will listen to you. That's the great comfort of our God. So I pray that today, wherever you are, whatever transition you're going through, that you will be at rest knowing that you are God made. Have a good one, guys.